So backstory of this house, there were two brothers that inherited this home from their grandparents when they passed. One of the grandkids was living in the basement with his druggy ex-wife. And at the time of closing, they couldn't remove the ex-wife from the premises. She refused to move, she refused to go. I was told she was gone whenever I signed the paperwork. Came back 2 days later and she was in the house and didn't realize the house had been sold. I told her she had to get out. He kept telling me he was coming back to the property, coming back for her, coming back for his stuff, like her ex-husband, who I don't think she realized was her ex-husband. So I didn't really quite know what to believe originally. I did have a holdback with the attorney's office, thankfully, so that like I was essentially getting paid rent while the brother was here. I tried to be nice and I was like, okay, well, you can have like a week, like I'm not starting demo immediately. Originally, the brother that lived here did have 2 days post closing to get the rest of his stuff out. When I saw her, I was like, okay, maybe he's coming back to get more of his stuff out, whatever. I did have like an escrow holdback with the attorney's office to protect me in case someone like this didn't leave. But then it became an issue where both the brothers were gone, but the ex-wife was still here and she was squatting in the property. In an effort to continue to get her out, because she was a little bit delusional and kept thinking that her ex-husband was coming back for her, all water was cut off to the property, all gas was cut off to the property, and all electricity was cut off to the property. That still wasn't enough to get her out of the house. Meanwhile, I was told way early on in this process that she had a place to go, she had somewhere to stay with, and that she was going to be staying with a cousin somewhere else in Marietta. None of that fucking happened. The other 5 days, essentially, she was at the home. She was the one. Her friends decided to break a good chunk of my windows. They also burned a ton of their trash in the backyard. Oh, and on top of all of that, my contractor found multiple needles and multiple drug paraphernalia throughout this whole home. So I finally ended up having to call the cops to come get her out. Obviously, I'm not gonna like try to bust somebody else for drug charges. That's ridiculous. I just want you out of the home so that I can start working on it to make it someone's dream home. It was absolutely crazy trying to get her out. Had the cops come, she has criminal trespassing issues if she shows back up on this property at any point on her way out. She bashed so many of my windows and so much of my stuff. Thankfully, the attorney was able to kind of be on my side and give me some of that money back post-closing, because I'm very good at negotiating and had a lot of stuff in this contract to kind of protect me from something like that happening. But it still sucked, and my property still definitely got more ruined than if she had just been gone from day one.